But don't we end up with a kind of parasitic relationship between any group entering in a society then? Because you have other groups living in white society, they tend to reproduce more, or the migrants of these groups tend to have higher birth rate. So we never really have a stable society because everyone wants to live among whites, but they're not able to reciprocate in terms of handling society, in terms of making a society the way you describe it. So there's an infinite drainage of the ability of white to live among other people, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's why they need to close the back door and the front door in this country and in Europe and clean up the mess. And then if you decide you want to let people of color in again, maybe you can be real selective like they did in the good old days about who you let in. But and another thing that we are doing too, we are encouraging white people to get married. Don't have babies out of wedlock. Don't abort your children. But white people need to get married and have a truckload of white children and teach them in the right way to go so they can help save America and Europe, because it's not going to be saved by the people of color. It will be destroyed. And white people, for whatever reason, have been convinced that they need to have one child or two kids or not even any children, put their career first. The women are putting their career first. And as a result, they're going to end up being wiped out because they're not creating other white children. They need to have a truckload of white babies so that they can take over where the older whites are leaving off.
Now, looking at the demographic situation of the US and the voting pattern, it seems that what you call the children of the lie are on their way for a constant victory for the next decades and for any foreseeable future in the US. What do you recommend against this political reality? Should there be separation? Should there be trying to educate them into adhering to right-wing views? What do we do?
That's a very good question. And you're right. When I saw the Democrats in this country take over the House again, I was stunned by that. I thought American voters had enough when they got Obama out of there. But because millennials, young people, have been so demoralized and corrupt by the education system and others who are brainwashing them, they are voting these people back in. And so what I suggest is what I tell the folks all the time is that white people, the good white folks, are going to go to the moon or somewhere else. They're going to create another country. And so I'm saving up my money. So when white people build a spaceship and go out into the space and build another country, I'm going to go with them. And I'm going to be first to buy some of the land because I know the land going to go up really fast. But unless white people take over, it's over for America. And white folks, not all, but most are afraid. They're afraid to be called racist. They're afraid to be called, the men are afraid to be called sexism and all that crap. And so they allow, out of fear, they're allowing the children of the lie to take over. And I'm very concerned of what's going to happen. That's why I'm so grateful for President Trump, the great white hope, because he has put like a stop to the fast destruction that was on our way when Obama and other Democrats were in charge.